What's good, Non Dream family? We back at it, episode 61 of the Non Dream Journey. My name is Julian Taliaferro. You already know we coming again with another weekly business update, lessons for the week, and topic for the day, which is starting point. So to start this episode, we have the quote of this week, like always, and it goes, maturity is the ability to reject good alternatives in order to pursue even better ones. This is a quote from Ray Dalio, and I saw this quote as I'm reading a book right now from Patrick Bet David, and it's called Your Next Five Moves. It's a book about business strategy, and specifically what Patrick wanted to point out is being able to have wisdom and maturity in saying no to decisions that are right in front of your face, because that's when it can be most applicable sometimes. And again, the quote goes, maturity is the ability to reject good alternatives in order to pursue even better ones, from Ray Dalio. Now I can get to my business update. It's going to be a quick one, but both my topic and my update are under the umbrella of starting point. And that's because for my startup, I'm looking at my MVP and I'm asking myself, what is the starting point for my first customer? What can I provide that gets me the first paying customer? And then how can I build off from that? Because at some point I have to start from somewhere. I need to have a starting point. I can have a vision for what I want my company to be, but it's not going to begin there. That's something that's going to evolve over time and come into fruition a little bit later on. But I need a starting point. I need my MVP, and MVP itself stands for minimum viable product. So what is the minimum I can put out in the market that still reflects my company and my ethos, but is also valuable enough for the customer to want to pay for and buy? So that's my business update. And now I can get into my lessons for the week. And I only have one of them for today. And it's just that only you know what you put into it, and you have to be fine with that. So this is kind of funny because I was talking with my friends and I was telling them about college and how I would run in college. And I had gave them a number about how many times I ran around school or how many times I went on a run. And it's funny because they didn't believe me. You know, I gave them that number and they threw something out that was a lot smaller. And it's funny, right? But I think that there's a lesson in that. Like, you know, even though we were clowning, there's a point to that only you know what you put into something, you know, and you don't need validation of others because you know how many times you ran. You know how much you studied. You know how many times you read these books, or you know how many videos you watched on this topic. You know what you put into it. So only you're gonna know all those times at night, you know, when you're working, and you have to be fine with that, right? You don't need any other body to validate what you did. You can be your own validation. So that's lesson for the week. Only you know what you put into it, and you have to be fine with that. And then now I can get to my topic, which is starting point. And I'm looking at this in terms of life. We all get to certain places in our life where we need new starting points. Whether our birthday comes, it might be the new year coming through. You might be starting a new job, starting a business. You might already be in business and you want to reset your goals. Your starting point might be a new relationship. And with all of these, you're beginning to something new. And it's a new journey, so you have to figure out how that works. On some level, you can bring your old experiences in, but because it is a starting point, from here on out, you're going to be learning new things and how to move in this new phase. So it's similar to what I said in my business update, and is asking myself, and I guess asking yourself, where will you start? You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to have an idea of where you want to be at the end of the year, and then compare that to where you are now. So, for example, say is working out, and I want to get to the goal where I can, let's say, bench 275 for reps at the end of the year. That's not something I can just pop out day one and start doing. I have to work up to that. So I have to be comfortable in my starting point, but I also have to challenge myself enough to where on day one, I'm pushing myself, but I'm also not going all the way to the max. So I might try to throw around 185, 200 for reps, and then just work up from there. And the starting point is just the beginning. You have to remind yourself that so you don't get stuck in that place or think you're not doing enough, but no, you're always going to grow from this point forward. So that's my topic. And then I can get into my next steps, which are just continue work on the startup. And all right, let's get it, y'all. Going to achieve your 99 dream. And it's 99 dream because you are going to achieve your dream. And it will be 100%, but nothing is perfect. So you're going to achieve 99% of that. And let's go and let's get it.